friends, welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here to do another review of Little Fires Everywhere, Picture Perfect. This episode was good. I enjoyed it. Not my favorite episode. Episode 5 is still my favorite, but I have a feeling that the next episode is going to have us talking. It's going to have us talking. I just got that feeling. But anyway, before I get into the review, let's do some housekeeping. Now, there have been some thieves, some scoundrels that has been uploading my videos. So if you come across a video that isn't mine, just go ahead and flag it and send me an email. I've received some emails about it, and I've already contacted YouTube. They have already taken down 2 for copyright infringement. So if you come across them, just flag them, send me an email, and I'll go ahead and put in a copyright strike against these scoundrels. Why they messing with little old me? Little old me, child. But anyway, somebody said it was probably Williams. Honey, Williams is mad at me. But anyway, I would appreciate it if you come across them and flag them and just send me an email. I appreciate y'all, and thank you all for the ones that notified me. But anyway, let's get into this review. Okay, let's start off with Izzy. Izzy's with that mean girl, and it is the summer of '97, and we are finally gonna find out why Izzy has been bullied and why the mean girl did what she did anyway. So they go to this little house party, honey, the saddest house party I have ever seen. Okay, so they start playing Spin the Bottle. Do people really play that, y'all? Do people really play Spin the Bottle? I guess, child, it's Shaker Heights. So, Izzy, it's her turn. She spun the bottle, and it went to the mean girl. So, they had to go to the closet and I guess do kiss. Just a little, okay. But see, Izzy and the mean girl have been carrying on all summer long, child. All summer long, okay, keeping this secret. You know, they had a little teenage fling, child. So they up in the closet, kissy, kissy, huggy, huggy, enjoying each other. Now, the people on the outside of the closet, this one little girl was like, now, what? They've been in there for a long time. What is going on? Let me get up here. Did I hear some moaning? No, I know I didn't hear no moaning. Let me go ahead and open up his closet door. So she opened up the closet door, and honey, she seen them doing a little bit more than kissy kissy. Honey did a little bit more than honey, they was into it. And so she was like, now I know what's going on here. Y'all supposed to just be doing y'all up here really enjoying it. Are you enjoying it, mean girl? So of course the mean girl, she is embarrassed, she is ashamed, and she did not know what to do because of course them on the outside of the closet door don't need to know her secret, okay? But Izzy, it's all right if she kissy, kissy, hugsy, hugsy her. So, of course, the mean girl lied and said that Izzy molested her. But we all know that is a lie and that Izzy didn't do no such thing, okay? So, that is why Izzy has been called Ellen and being bullied, and honey, the mean girl is trash. Okay, so let's move on from the mean girl. Now look, I'm gonna knock this out real quick. Let's talk about Brian and Lexi, child. Let's just knock this out. So Brian and Lexi, they still together. Lexi had an abortion. She didn't tell Brian. Okay, so Brian and Lexi are in a drive-thru, and they mess up Lexi's order. So Lexi says, this is not what I ordered. And so the drive-thru worker, which is a young black girl, said, oh, well, that's what, you know, I had written down. And Lexi said something flippant like, well, you're wrong, okay? Get it right. So it was something rude and off-cut. So the young black girl was like, okay, I'll be right back. I'll take care of your grilled cheese, child, okay? So anyway, while she's sitting there, she was like, Jesus, you know, if they had, you know, some type of college education, maybe they would have got my order right. And so here's Brian. Brian was like, they? What do you mean they? You mean black? A black female? Okay, like Pearl, the black female who you stole her essay from. You talking about that? They, black? And so here comes Lexi. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, you gonna keep bringing that up? Yes, I took her essay. Okay, beat me to death. But I'm tired of you keep bringing that up and throwing it up in my face. If you don't like it, break up with me. How about that? Ain't everything about race? So later on, they're in the bedroom. Lexi is crying, snot flying, child. Okay, she is just crying and why you want to break up with me? I love you. And so here's Brian. Okay, Black Panther Brian, child. Talking about, why is it always about you? You. Why is it always about you? Do you know what I go through? Do you know how hard it is for me being a young black man in 1997 in Shaker Heights, Ohio? Do you know how hard it is for me? Do you know that when people hear that I went into prison, it's because I'm black? Shut up, Brian. I'm going to need for you to do a hard shut up. Now, this is just my opinion, friends, but Brian get on my nerves, okay? Let me tell you why. Brian is sitting up there having a sexual relationship with this girl. Lexi hit the nail on the head when she says, oh, really? Okay, you didn't seem to have any type of problem when you in between these white legs. Not a problem at all. Even after you found out about that 500-page essay that I stole from a black female, you had no problem with that. Okay, but see, Brian says that it's hard for him. Okay, he needs for her to understand how hard it is out here in these streets of Shaker Heights, Ohio. He needs to know that it's hard. He needs her to know. Sympathize with him a little bit. Shut up, Brian. Shut up. Okay. Brian, honey, if you wanted someone to sympathize with you, if you wanted someone to understand you, how hard it is for you to be a young black man, maybe you should have dated someone black. Instead, you chose to date the whitest girl in all of Shaker Heights. And now you whining about her, keep bringing up, you know, the grandma integrating Shaker Heights, the mama saying she marched with Martin Luther King, how you hated going over to the house. Did nobody tell you to keep going over there? You did. Okay? Child, Brian got on my nerves. Have y'all ever seen that movie, I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker? Okay, from the brilliant and genius Keenan Ivory Wayans. It's a comedy. It is hilarious. It's a classic. It's like late 70s, early 80s. One part of the movie, there is this black guy. He's Mr. Black Panther. He's Mr. Black Power. He's Mr. Blackity Black, 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 Black. I'm going to stick it to the man. Who walks in through the door? His white wife. With braids. See, Brian, this is what I don't like. Okay, don't use your blackness when it's convenient. And that's all I got to say on Brian. Okay, now, Lexi, she is heartbroken. Her feelings are hurt. She's crying. She's apologizing. She says she's sorry. And she was this close to telling Brian that she was pregnant and that she had had an abortion. But, you know, she didn't tell him. She told him to get out. Get out, Brian. Y'all, Brian get on my nerves. I know he's a 17-year-old young boy. But, child, what y'all think about that conversation, y'all? Let's discuss it down below. But anyway, all right, let's talk about Moody and Pearl real quick. Now, Moody, okay, he knows something is going on with Pearl, because every time when he asks Pearl, hey, you want to hang out? Hey, you want to go out? Pearl has an excuse. She's using that black student council as an excuse, okay? She's been saying that she's been meeting up with them, and she haven't had a time for Moody. Well, Moody found out later on from Black Panther Brian that, honey, they haven't met in months, child, okay? So he knew that, you know, Pearl had been lying to him. He just don't understand why and with whom. Now, Pearl, on the other hand, honey, she been going to the junkyard having big fun with Trip, child. All right, now let's talk about the adults real quick, all right? So we have the adults, all right? So we have the Richardsons. They pull up to their front yard and they see their beautiful home all lit up, decorated to the T. Okay, so they go inside. There's Bill. Okay, Bill, he's working on the court case because the court case is coming up. I think it was the next day. And here's Elena. You know, they're going back and forth, and Elena sees the, the picture, the Christmas photos, and she was like, "Oh no, these are not working. We're gonna have to reshoot them because Elena has to have everything perfect." So she brings up Mia. And she was like, "So you working on your court case?" And he's like, "Yes, I am." And so she was like, "You know Mia, right? You know what all Mia's done, okay? You cannot let her get by with this. Ever since Mia done brought her daughter in that raggedy Chevette and that muffler that's dragging across the road causing sparks, she have destroyed our family. She done coming up in here destroying our family. Look what she did to the Ryans. Look what she did to her parents. Look at what she did to Pearl. And now she's bankrolling the whole, now she's bankrolling Bebe. She's giving money to the attorney. She's got to be stopped. Okay, she has to be stopped. Now, while she's running off at the jaws, honey, who walks in, Trip, he goes to the refrigerator, and he was like, "Lord, who has $500,000? And she was like, "If you don't get your butt upstairs, get out now. This is grown folk talk." That's what you do. So, of course, Trip, he's overheard this, okay? So then she's going on and on and on about Mia being a no-good person, how she needs to be stopped. Okay, so Bill, he was like, "Oh, really?" Bill said, "You let me do what I need to do. Okay, you up here worried about Mia. You done took yourself to New York, okay, acting like you Nancy Drew, Scooby-Dooing it. Okay, you worried about somebody else's family. You need to be worried about your own. That's what you need to be doing. Let me handle what I need to handle." Honey, Elena is something else, ain't she? She is something else. So, of course, Elena, child, she feels like that she's being beat on because she found out the truth about me. Honey, Bill just sat there and he rolled his eyes, okay? He's sick of her. He is tired of Elena. So, we have Bebe, we have Mia, and we have the attorney. And they're just going over, the case. The attorney is telling, Mia, the attorney is telling Bebe, what to say, what not to say, how to handle yourself on the stand. Now, child, let's get to this court case, child. So, we're in the courtroom, and it is time for Bebe to take the stand. And, of course, the attorney is just asking her, what was your mindset like? What were you thinking? And so Bebe said, "Listen, okay, my child was starving. Okay, she would not latch, she would not eat, and I did not know what to do. Okay, I did not want my child to go hungry, so I decided to take my child to the fire station." So her attorney says, "Have you ever heard of postpartum?" And so Bebe was like, "No." And so he was like, "Okay, so this is what your mentality was when you decided to take your child to the fire station." So she was like, "Yes." So it's time for Bill, child. And so Bill gets up and he was like, "What were you doing for a living, when you had, your child?" And so she said, "I was a waitress." And he was like, "How much did you make?" And she said, "Well, I made $2 or something an hour." And he said, "Okay." He said, "What are you doing now?" And so she was like, "Well, I'm still waitressing." He said, "Are you still making the same amount of money?" And she said, "Yes." And he said, "So you're telling me that you was a waitress when you had your child, and you're a waitress now, making the same amount of money. Why is it that you could take care of how is it that you can take care of your child now, but you can take care of your child then?" Okay. And so she says, "Well, I'm in a better place now. I can be able to take care of my child now. I have support. I have great friends." Okay, this is how I can take care of my child. Bill wasn't done. Bill says, how long did you leave that child on that stoop in front of the fire station? How long? Do you know how long? Okay, because see, when you woke up from the sidewalk, okay, that child was gone, all right? Did you even knock on the door to even see if someone was there? Okay, did you even check to see if someone would even come to the door? No. Okay, you left that child there without knowing if the child would even be picked up. A minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 6 hours, you fled, girl. You left. Okay, so Bebe, she gets emotional. Okay, she gets upset. And she was like, listen, I thought that someone would come soon. I thought that someone would be there to get Mei Ling. And so Bill wasn't done. Honey, Bill done got a big old billboard blow-up picture of little Mei Ling's hand, child. It was swole, it was red, it was frostbit, child. And so he was like, this is Mei Ling's hand. Okay, this is the frostbite. All right, this is what you did to your child. Okay, and so she says, I was afraid. She said, listen. Now this is Bebe. Bebe said, listen now. Okay, after I woke up from the sidewalk, I thought about it, and I went back to get my child. Okay, but no one was telling me anything. They said that I had thrown away my rights when I set my child up at the fire station. And she said they wouldn't tell me anything. And she said, I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked for my child until, you know, my friend came and told me where Mei Ling was, you know. And she said I was afraid that I was going to be deported. And so Bill says, okay, which one is it? Are you going through postpartum depression where your mindset wasn't quite right? You really wasn't understanding what you were doing? Or were you fully aware of what you were doing? Because you just said that you was afraid. You were scared that they may deport you. So which one is it, Bebe? Which one? So, of course, she's still crying. And she wasn't sure what, you know, to say. Because, honey, Bill came with the bullets, didn't he? He came with the bullets. So, after that, we have Mia. Mia's in the bathroom washing her hands. And, honey, who comes out? Elena. Honey, Elena says, listen here. You think you all cute sitting up in that courtroom, you paying for, you know, Bebe's lawyer fees and all this. Well, here, I'm here to tell you, okay? I know about you. And so here's Mia. Mia was like, oh, you do? What do you know about me? And Elena says, oh, I know. I know about the Ryans. Honey, did y'all see Mia's face? Honey, see, at first Mia was a little cocky. Honey, Elena started sticking pins in Mia. Every pin she stuck, the more Mia got deflated. Elena says, I know about the Ryans. I know about your parents because I went up there and I met them. And your parents got big mouths and they told me everything. I'm so sorry about your brother dying in a car wreck. I know y'all was, you know, close. I'm so sorry. But see, I know all that. And see, I also know about Pearl. Now see, it's awfully funny, okay? What if Pearl found out about your actions? What if Pearl found out about what you did? Okay? Is it worth it? Do you think you really should be testifying? And so Mia was like, oh, I'm still going to testify. And so Elena said, oh, I think about that, partner. I think about that because, see, is it worth losing your own daughter to help someone else? Honey, Mia was bent. Okay, what else could Mia say? What could Mia say? She couldn't say anything, okay? Here is Elena, of all people, know her secret. Here is Elena, who's obsessed with Mia, trying to destroy her life, child. And there's nothing else she could say. There's nothing Mia could say. She starts crying. She starts shaking. And she's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So what does she do? She goes and she talks to Bebe. All right? And she talks to Bebe. And she was like, Bebe, I can't do this. I cannot do this, all right? All right? You know, she tells Bebe the story. She says, listen, I was pregnant. I kept the baby. I went on a run. And so Bebe was like, why did you do that? And she was like, because it's my child. Pearl is my child. And so Bebe was like, okay, what did the lawyer say? And she was like, I didn't talk to a lawyer. She was like, okay, what did Pearl say? And she was like, I didn't tell Pearl. And so Bebe said, you need to testify. I need you on my side, and you need to tell Pearl. Okay, now I get to that showdown in a minute. Okay, so we have Lexi. Lexi, she gets into Yale with the help of Pearl and her essay child. All right, so the family, you know, is celebrating, and you know, of course, Elena, she's all happy about it, and we have Trip come in. Of course, he late. All right, where you been? Oh, I've just been chilling with Pearl, child. So anyway, so Elena, she is congratulating, you know, Lexi about how smart she is, how strong she is, how great she is. And of course, Lexi, because in the back of her mind, Lexi knows that she done stole and robbed and lied on that essay. But hey, she got into Yale. And then, you know, her mama got her this sweater. And then so the mama brought up the picture. She was like, listen, we're going to have to take another Christmas photo because that first one is a hot mess. So I asked the photographer to come by after dinner, and we're just going to have to take another photo. And so Bill said, listen, I ain't got time for that. I got to get court ready. Okay, I don't have to. She said, I said what I said. We taking this photo. So, of course, all of the kids are all dressed up. The boys got on their suit and tie and all this stuff. All right, here comes Izzy. Izzy looked real nice, didn't she? But there's one thing Izzy didn't have on. Some kids, child. She didn't have on those kids. And, honey, when I tell you, Elena goes off. Okay, Izzy was like, I ain't wearing those kids, Elena. Elena said, don't you be talking to me like I'm your mama. Don't you be talking to me like that. And so Izzy was like, well, you disrespected me. Okay, you have been calling me Isabella. I don't like that word. Call me Izzy. Okay, that's my name. That's what I want to be referred to as. Trip has a name. Moody has a name. Lexi has a name. But why is it that you insist on calling me Isabella and not Izzy? Elena said, let me tell you something, little girl. I don't have time for your mouth. I said, get up there and change your shoes. I want them kids on your feet. So Izzy is just standing there. They going back and forth. And honey, Elena said, get your tail upstairs and put on those effing shoes. Honey, the rest of the family's like, honey, Elena is on the edge. Honey, she up there cussing in front of the photographer, in front of the family. Do y'all remember Mommy Dearest? Okay, about Joan Crawford's crazy self and how she adopted these children. She done, torture them. It's a movie you need to see. But in this scene, in one scene, honey, she is all about wire hangers. She hate wire hangers. So there was a wire hanger up in that closet. And so her little daughter, honey, cute little thing, honey, Joan Crawford said, I know this ain't no wire hanger. You know I don't like wire hangers. I hate wire hangers. I mean, she screams. Then she proceeds to beat that girl with the wire hanger while her brother is strapped down in the bed watching the mother beat down the daughter with a wire hanger. There will be no wire hangers. That reminded me so much of that part when Elena just completely flipped out over a pair of kids. So They had the family portrait. Everything is all good in the hood. Okay, we think. We think it's all good. All right, let's talk about the showdown, child. All right, so Mia, she decides to go home, and she decides to tell Pearl. Okay, so she goes into Pearl's room, and she says, I just want to let you know that I will be testifying tomorrow on, Bebe's behalf. And she says, there's other things I need to tell you. And so Pearl says, oh, like that we have, $500,000. And so Mia said, what? What are you talking about? And she says, yes. Pearl says, well, Tripp told me that he overheard his big mouth mama. He overheard Elena saying that we have like $500,000. And so Pearl was like, And so Mia knew, all right, it's time for me to come clean. And so she says, well, we have some money, okay, and that is how I am paying for, the attorney. And so, of course, Pearl is like, so it's true. So we have a little bit of money. See, you've been telling me all these years that this is how we supposed to live. But see, we've had money this whole time. Okay. And so, of course, Mia says, oh, so what we've been doing this whole time wasn't good enough for you? What I've given you wasn't good enough for you? And so Pearl said, no. Okay. We've been going from state to state. Okay. Not even having a bed for me to lay my head on. Okay. Taking from Peter to pay Paul. Okay, we've been getting recycled furniture from Alta Street, eating out of dumpsters. And you talking about not being good enough, that I don't think we had enough? No, we ain't had enough. Okay? How about just a little bit of something? I'm not asking for millions. I'm not asking to live like the Richardsons, but it sure enough would have been nice to have a little bed here and there that you always seem to throw up in my face. So, of course, Pearl, honey, she goes off. Get out! Get out! Get out of my room! I mean, she was screaming, crying, stopped flying. Honey, Mia was shook. She didn't know what to do. She was like, no, 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 let me explain. She said, get out. Pearl said, get out. I don't want to hear nothing you have to say. And so Mia, honey, she got shook. She got to crying, stopped flying. She ran out of the room. She did not tell Pearl about, her past. Now, let me tell you my opinion on that scene. Okay. In my opinion, I think Pearl was absolutely right. Just my opinion. Here is a young girl who her whole life has never been settled. Has never had any type of stability. If Pearl had just a little smidget of stability, just one bit, just one place that she could stay for at least 5 years, her own room, her own bed, just living like a normal life instead of picking up and running, maybe Pearl wouldn't be so obsessed with the Richardsons. But see, Mia ain't thinking about that. Mia chose to use that money. Okay. She chose to use that money to help Bebe, a woman she's known 3 months. Then to use that money, okay, to try to give her daughter some form of stability. Some form of a home life. Okay. She didn't want to do that in fear of being caught. All right. Now, she did say that there is some money set aside for a trust. Okay, that's all good. But you still had a daughter that you needed to tend to. Not pick up every few months running because you are too afraid of getting caught. Because you cannot open your mouth and tell your child the truth. Well, okay, you got screamed at. You got told to get out. All right? And now you have to deal with the consequences. I didn't see anything wrong with what Pearl said. Okay, how do you expect for a 15-year-old girl to react when she finds out from her little boyfriend that they sitting on $500,000? And she's sitting on somebody's recycled couch. Probably got sperm stains on it. Cigarette burns. What y'all think about that? What did y'all think about that seed, child? Okay, I did not feel a bit sorry for Mia. Okay, I was Team Pearl on this one. I absolutely was. Y'all can disagree with me. That's why we here. Alright, so, alright, let's talk about Elena. Child, Elena, she is brushing her hair to death, mad at Izzy for her little outburst. So she's talking to Bill, and so she's like, Bill, I see you're prepping for the case tomorrow. And he was like, yeah. And so she was like, well, who's testifying? And so he didn't say nothing. He just looked at her, and she was like, oh. And he was like, well, you know she's on the list. And she was like, and so Elena was like, oh, I'm just surprised that, you know, she's still testifying. And so Bill was like, why? Why would you be surprised by that? And then Elena says, child, because, honey, you know, after court, we had a little conversation. We had a little chat. And so Bill said, uh-huh. And so Elena said, oh, well, we just had a little talk, and I thought we had an understanding. And so Bill said, excuse me. So you threatened her. So you threatened her. Not only, okay, have you done, you know, I've done lost the, you know, surprise element. I could be, you know, accused of witness tampering. Leave it alone, okay? Leave it alone. So Elena, okay, she comes downstairs. Of course, she goes into the office after Bill told her to leave him alone. And she's like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. And she was like, listen, I'm on the edge, okay? My best friend's mad at me. She think that I'm the cause of all this. You mad at me. Mia needs to get her just due. I'm tired of Mia getting by with everything. You know what she did. And so Bill said, stop. Okay. The Bebes of the world don't win. Okay. That's what Bill said. Bill said the Bebes of the world don't win. Let me handle it. Okay, and so Elena again is urging him, okay, just don't forget what Mia did, okay? Let's get her up there. Let's make sure that everybody knows what Mia is. And okay, so Elena, of course, she can't let it go. So she goes downstairs. She follows her husband after he done told her, don't follow me, okay? So she's like, I'm sorry for whatever. You know, I'm sorry for what I did. I'm not trying to ruin the case. You know, I just feel like that everything is falling apart, okay? My best friend, she's mad at me. She thinks that I'm the cause of this, okay? Me and you ain't cool. Izzy's getting on my nerves, all right? I'm on the edge, honey, okay? We have to take Mia down. I'm sick of Mia. Okay, Mia is destroying our lives. And Bill says, stop it. Okay, let me do what I do. Okay, the Bebes of the world don't win. They do not win. Okay, don't worry about it. Everyone involved will be held accountable. That's what Bill said. Everyone involved will be held accountable for their actions. So this made, you know, Elena feel a little bit better. She leaves. So Bill is looking over the credit card paperwork. And he sees that little restaurant where Elena and Jamie went, you know, when they were in New York. So he calls the restaurant, so he knows something is up. Okay, he knows. So, all right, let's talk about this court case. All right, so we have Mia on the stand, and Bebe's attorney is asking her questions, and of course Mia is talking about how Bebe is a hard worker, how she works, you know, more hours, she gets bigger tips, you know, she's got her life, you know, on track, okay? And she also says that Bebe don't make much money, okay? She don't have that money to get tutors and to get, you know, nannies and, you know, more money, okay? And so, of course, you know, that was a dig to, you know, the Linda and Mark and, you know, Elena, you know, she don't have all that money, but hey, you know, she's hanging in there. She's doing the best that she can, okay? So the attorney was like, now, wait a minute now. Are you saying that Linda and Mark paid money to try to have this case go away? And so Mia says, of course. Yes, she did. $10,000. See, that's how much they think Bebe's baby was worth. Well, let me ask you something, Mia. See, this is my problem with Mia. And again, this is just my opinion. Okay. Now, Mia says that it was $10,000 is how much Mia's baby was worth. How much was Pearl worth? Pearl wasn't worth $10,000. Pearl was worth $12,000. See, that was the agreement you had with the Ryans when you chose to become a surrogate. Okay. When the Ryans sat on that couch and asked you to become a surrogate and it would be $10,000, you said, no, I need $12,000 because of schooling. You sat across from that table from your brother and said, oh, no, 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 this isn't my child. This is their child. While you sitting beside that inappropriate professor. Okay. But tragedy hit. You lost your brother. You thought about what your brother said. And you chose to keep that baby. Not only did you choose to keep that baby, you wrote a Dear John letter. And you put in that letter that you had a miscarriage. Okay. And you ran. Okay. With the money. All right. So, when you say that it costed $10,000 for Bebe, it costed $12,000 for Pearl. So, since you're fighting for the mothers out there, what about Miss Ryan? Because, see, in Miss Ryan's eyes, Pearl is her child. You just carrying it. Pearl is her child because you agreed to carry that child for her. She even helped you with the little turkey baster. She helped that process. But see, what you did was lie and said that you had a miscarriage. So for 15, 16 years, the Ryans are out here thinking that they don't even have a child. Okay? For 15, 16 years, they are thinking that they don't even have a child that even exists. You took that away from them. The point is, there is a family out there who thinks that their child is dead. Okay? What if, by the grace of God, she got pregnant, she had another child, or they adopted a child, or they got another surrogate, and they have children? Pearl has, let's say she has siblings out there that she don't even know about because you chose to run. See, what Mia did, in my opinion, was selfish. What Mia did was selfish. What Bebe did was selfless. There's a difference. That's just what I think. All right. So, Bill, you know, it was his chance to cross-examine, and of course Bill brings up, how long have you known, Bebe? And so here's me, about 3 months, just about as long as I've known you, anyway, child, being all smug, honey, being all smug. So anyway, so they're going back and forth, and honey, he brings up, how is it that you were able to pay for Bebe's legal fees when you and Bebe have the same job? You're both waitressing, you're both living on tips, you make $2 and whatever an hour. How is that possible? And so she says, well, I had a little money, set aside. I had a little money set aside, don't worry about it, okay? I paid for those legal fees. Don't worry about how I did it. Just know I did it. And so he was like, oh, okay. He was like, all right. So Elena, child, she thought that it was the time for the little knockout punch. Honey, Elena was sitting on the edge of her seat. She was ready for Bill to nail Mia. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Mia come talking about that's her child and how a baby should be with his mother and how Maylene is Bebe and all this. And so here comes Bill saying, that's for the court to decide. Honey, Elena was fit to be tied, honey. She was hell hot. She stood up. She was like, what are you doing? He said, sit down. He said, if you don't sit down somewhere. So Elena, face cracked, honey. She's embarrassed. She is hot. She is mad. She is tired of Mia. But see, Mia's sitting on that stand thinking, I got one over on you, girl. See, Mia, when you left that room with Pearl crying, snot flying, and you didn't tell her the truth, and you sat here in the courtroom and you testified on Bebe's behalf, when you put up the money, you being a little cocky, a little arrogant, you gave Elena the grenade. Elena's sitting there seething, honey. She is seething. All right. You gave Elena the grenade. It was just a matter of time before Elena pulls that pin. Okay. So the court is over. All right. No more court proceedings. Okay. So court's over. All right. So we have Izzy. Okay. Izzy done got in trouble with the Cabbage Patch dolls, and Elena had to go to the school to pick her up, and Elena's frustrated. She's on the edge. And so she tells Izzy, she says, you know what? It is so hard being your mom. It is hard being a mother to you. So that hurts Izzy's feelings. Izzy said, I can solve that problem. You don't have to be. So she gets out the car, and where does she go? Over to Mia's, of course. Okay. So she's over at Mia's house. And, she's talking to Mia. And so she's telling Mia about what went down with the Cabbage Patch dolls and all this, how she's trying to make a point. And Mia's like, listen, you know that's some, racist stuff, okay? All right? You can't be doing that, girl. All right? And so, of course, Mia, Izzy really don't understand what she's talking about when she's talking about blackface. And so Mia has to tell her. And so here comes Izzy trying to explain herself. And so Mia says, oh, no. You don't challenge someone and don't expect them to challenge you back. Really, Mia? That's where you're going with this? The challenge? You're going to go with the challenge. When you out here living a whole lie, talking about challenging someone, Mia gets on my nerves, y'all. Mia gets on my nerves. Anyway, we have Elena, all right? Elena, she is up in the kitchen, and so here comes Bill. And so she was like, oh, I thought that you was going to have Mia be accountable. You're going to hold her accountable. So Bill looks at the pictures, because, they redid the pictures, and he starts laughing. And he was like, ha, 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 ha. He's looking at it. And she was like, what? What is it? Okay, he said, I don't think you're going to send these out. So she looks at the pictures, and child, honey, Izzy, child. She didn't, honey, that Izzy something else. Honey, Elena is fit to be tied, child, okay? So let's talk about Moody right quick. So Moody, he's still trying to figure out, what's going on with Pearl. Why ain't Pearl, taking time for him? Why ain't they hanging out? Why did Pearl lie to him? Blah, blah, blah. Of course, Pearl, she's been with Trip. And so one night, Trip brings Pearl to his house. And so Moody's looking out the window, and Trip has his arm around Pearl. Ding, ding, ding. Moody knows. Okay, because see, Pearl has already said, listen, my mama is a liar. Okay, we've been walking around here poor, and she's sitting on $500,000. Okay, we need to tell Trip. Okay, we need to tell Moody it ain't right. Okay, so they go inside the house. Trip goes upstairs. Okay, I guess he was going to bring Moody downstairs to tell him that him and Pearl have been carrying on. Okay, now here comes Pearl. She sees Elena, all right? And Elena, she was like, oh, hey, honey, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Are you okay, sugar? And so, Pearl, she says, I'm doing okay, It's kind of awkward. I didn't know if I was, wanted here, with the whole court case and my mom, and all this. And so Elena says, oh, honey, you're always welcome. And you know what? Since you got a little time, I have something to tell you. There goes that pen. So she takes Pearl inside and tells Pearl about what's going on. Okay. Now, Meanwhile, Mia is having a whole conversation with Izzy. Okay, so she talks to Izzy. You know, her dad went to go pick up Izzy. Izzy's having a little, you know, snack, and she finds her family photos. Okay, just herself cut out of the picture. See, Elena done cut Izzy out of the family photo. Let's wrap this up. All right. So Mia, she's at home, and she's doing her own little, you know, flashback, and she's looking at baby pictures. She's looking at the picture of the brother. She's just going through, you know, old times, and then she hears someone pull up, and who pulls up, child? Elena with her child, Pearl. Honey, she runs outside. Pearl gets out that car, honey. She is crying, honey. She is mad. She walks on by her. And she was like, Pearl, that's what Mia said, Pearl. Honey, Elena is looking at her like death. Honey, Elena is like, see, you gave me the grenade. I had to pull the pin. I told you. Don't be testifying. You don't come up in here, you don't shook everybody in my family, everything I love, and you think I'm going to let you get by with it? Oh, no. I'm going to hurt you. And the way I'm going to hurt you is through your daughter. So, honey, Elena is sitting there, honey. She is just, honey, that look on her face. And, of course, Mia knows. Mia knows that it's a wrap. Okay? Pearl knows. So, anyway. So we have the kids, all right? We have Moody. We have Moody sitting on the couch. Then we have Trip. Okay, Moody's looking at Trip. He didn't say nothing, but he knows that Trip and Pearl has something going on. And then here comes Lexi. Lexi's crying, snot flying. And then here comes, you know, Izzy. Now, we have all four of them on that couch. All of them heartbroken, confused. Honey, they all upset. Y'all remember the first episode and the second episode? Everything was lovely. The sun was shining. The birds was chirping. Everybody, in the morning, in the evening, don't we have fun? Honey, now, honey, it is gloomy, dark, and sad. But anyway, that is the episode. This is going to take me forever to edit. I don't even know how long it's going to be. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the episode, okay? Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends, bye.